everybody, my name is Jesse Showalter, and today I have kind of an interesting screencast for you. We're going to be taking one website that was originally built in WordPress and then later rebuilt using MODX, and we're going to hold them side by side and do a fair contrast and comparison of how that site was built. Performance, simplicity to the end user, all of these things are going to come into play, and we're just going to try to be as unbiased as possible, just hold them up and show you why I think one is better than the other, and also we can learn how certain tools are just better for certain jobs. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. Let's get started. We're going to just shoot over to our website, and this is actually the first website that was built for the client, and it was for a tattoo shop. It's for a tattoo shop, and it was built, gosh, it's got to be like 2 or maybe even 3 years ago. And I did the design per the request of the client, and then put that into just did the front end development into HTML, CSS, and JavaScript and all that good stuff. I think it's running on like a Bootstrap, like kind of like the basics of Twitter Bootstrap, and then actually not a big WordPress fan, so passed it off to a professional WordPress developer and had him take it the rest of the way. Okay, and then so this is the WordPress site, and then you can see almost the exact same site. This tattoo shop actually opened a new shop on another island, and so what we did was we created like the sister website for the sister shop. Okay, so it's like almost the same thing, same looking branding. Got a big funny like logo up here and like drop down, same thing across the board, right, with both of them. Same slider, the whole deal. And so it has pretty much the same functions across the site, and we'll just go through them real quick. It's got this home page, and it features tattoo artists, and when you click on the tattoo artist, you can be directed to that artist and their work. The whole thing is responsive. It's in like, yeah, the whole thing's like a responsive site, and you can see latest tattoos. And there's informational pages about tattoos and about us. There's a quick blog and an FAQ section. So we have like the FAQs in here. We have like the blog up here. I got a number of different templates that are kind of working. So we have like kind of this big like blog template. We have like a big one column, like big bold, like broad kind of template. We have a lot of like little like 2-column templates. This is like kind of a mismatched template, and then we have like some 2-column templates, you know, with a Twitter like widget over here, just normal information, and then again you have those tattoo artist templates, and then contact page. And so this is what you got. This is the site, and it's the same over here. They have a few more artists, of course, but really the same thing. There's not a whole lot that's very much different on the sites. So let's look and see how they were developed, and I guess a good way to start would be just to do some basic tasks, right? So let's try to do that. Let's go into, you can see WordPress puts this super awesome bar on the front end, and it's jacking up our fixed header, so that's cool. This one doesn't have that problem because it's the MODX site. So let's go into the, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put WordPress, and then you have the MODX admin panel, and then the MODX site. Fair enough? All right. So we can see this was actually built a couple years ago, and it's running on WordPress 3.5.1. And this is the first thing about this that's going to kind of drive me a little bit crazy is I don't know what I can update. So from as far as I remember, the site was built on a lot of plugins, and I think the one that sticks out in my mind the most is advanced custom fields. And so you can see almost every plugin needs to be updated, and I'm just super scared to touch it because I don't know if I think I actually did one time, maybe like 6 or 8 months after the site went up. I think I updated a bunch of stuff, or the client did, and it blew up the entire site. The whole thing just kind of fell to pieces. So this hasn't, we should be on 3.9.1, but I just cannot update it for fear of breaking the entire site. So a little bit unfair. I have the MODX version running on the newest version, which is 2.3.1, which just came out July 2014. And so this is the one that this is built on. But, you know, interesting enough, as far as like the MODX like upgrades go, we had been anticipating a big upgrade to 2.3 for a couple years, or no, for maybe like a year. They had been going through the 2.2 versions and waiting for the 2.3 to come out. And so there was very little I had to worry about when I upgraded. I think I had like one plugin that didn't work, but it was like super inconsequential, like a color picker or something. So I was like, hey, whatever, I'll just ditch that. And that was like an extra thing I threw in just for funsies. So it wasn't too big of a deal. So I can upgrade this and be pretty satisfied with it. Okay, so let's do something really, really simple. Let's change the order of the menu. That's the first thing you kind of see. Or actually, you know what? We see the logo first. Let's change the logo. And I honestly, we're just going to take this piece by piece. I honestly don't even remember if you can do that. So we're just going to like explore here. Custom fields, no, I probably don't want that. I'd probably go to pages. Yeah, like I would go to like the home page or something, and gosh, this looks awful. Okay, I don't even know. See, this is what they've been doing in here, like SEO wise and page wise. I just have no idea where things are at. Nothing says home page. Okay, have a lot of pages. That's good. Good for them. Honestly, man, I don't even know. I don't even know where their homepage is. Wow. Okay. Well, let's scratch that idea. Let's go to maybe I can go in appearance and click like theme options. I can't remember for the life of me what. Okay, that's not going to be any help to us. Maybe in the header. This is all like the standard like WordPress stuff. None of that's going to be helpful for me. Let's just look in the editor real quick. Let's look, holy cow, and just see what I even have to work with. What if I just look in like the header.php? I wonder if I can find like a static like logo that's mounted up there or something. Maybe that was never made. While that's loading, since this is going to take forever loading, let's just shoot over to MODX and see. We have the logo here, and I actually just did that on the home page. I made it like all the global elements on the home page, and so we'll see how that goes. Sorry, let me just log back in. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to click home and go to template variables, and I put it in like this site design. So in the home page we have like some global elements, like here's site information. That's a global thing. And site design, like there's the logo. So if you want to change the logo, like boom, you could go into the media manager and just like upload a new logo or whatever. That's super simple. So that's what I did there in MODX. And I'm looking in here just to see if there's even like okay, yep. I think that's probably static. Okay, so you can't change that. All right, so moving on. We see how how simple and how difficult that was to do. Okay, so let's do the menu. Since the menu is the next thing you see, let's rearrange the menu. I think in WordPress you just go to appearance and go to menus, and we have all this junk in here, and there's the main menu and helpful links. Okay, so I can add stuff to the menu like that. By adding to the menu, and then I can just move these around. All right, so let's put that one there and press save, and we'll wait for WordPress to spin, and we'll hope that that changed the order of these two tattooers. Wow, it loads really slow, and I don't know if that's something that the client did, or if that's, I don't remember it always being this slow. It is a pretty image-heavy site because there's a lot of portfolios, but I couldn't imagine it taking that long just to save a menu. Well, let's do the same thing over here. Let's say I wanted to move this artist, David, and put him down below Sean. In MODX, you simply just open this up, and I'm going to slide, drag, and drop, and it's going to blink blue. And when I come back, David should now be below Sean. Oh, look, there it is. David's below Sean. This one, still spinning. Still spinning. Okay, well, that stinks. So let's move on from that since I'm super disappointed in that. All right, now we got this kind of gallery thing. I mean, we're still on the home page here, folks. So the gallery here, same thing, same gallery here. It's got buttons that go, and it's got text you can put in. Let's figure out how to do that on here. I bet you it's a page or something stupid. Goodness me, this thing is running slower than anything right now. Okay, so while we're waiting for that just to stop being so stupid, let's go over and see how we would do with MODX. Okay, I feel like I can't even operate this one. Let's see, we're going to do the slider. That's real easy. So in that home page, we're going to go to the home page stuff because this banner thing is specific to the home page. So it's not site designer information, it's home page. And then I have this big hero slider thing right here. Booyah, here it is. And if I want to change the order of them, I could do that. I could drag and drop them like that and change the order. If I wanted to add a new one, just press add item. And let's make this active. Let's see. Let's go into assets, uploads, images, and let's pick a new photo. We'll pick this one right here. I like that one. Press OK. Put this is a new photo, and maybe we'll even link it to a page. Hey, let's put it to. Let's shoot it over to the blog. Okay, and we'll press done. And there it is. It falls last in line. It's active. We're going to press. Actually, you know what? I think it's not supposed to be active. I think the active one is like the first one on the page. That's a little something you got to know, inside information there. So now, well, let's just see if it worked though. So we see that the active one is the shop picture. See that picture right there? That's the active one. And the last one in line, if I just, oh, there it is. This is a new photo. So we just went, and boom, there it was. There it went. All right, so that was fairly easy. Let's go over here. Holy cow, I don't even know what happened. Let's go back to pages. Okay, and let's look for, I'm almost sure it was a page. Oy, 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 oy. Here we go, featured artists. I bet you that was the home page. That was the home page. It's hard to tell though, yeah. Let's look and see. How do we change? This is crazy. This is madness. Ooh, slider. You've got to be kidding me. Let's just open that up and see in a new tab if that really is the slider. Okay, so here it is. You see on the site, if we go, just refresh it, first thing comes up is that dragon thing, okay? So we can, and see the, yeah, 1, 2, 3, here's 1, 2, 3. So how do we get the text in there? We press that. This is like a gallery plugin, and we have the title, alternative text, the caption, the description, which I'm guessing is the button, and then how do we tell it to link to a certain place? We don't, huh? We don't. Okay, so that's kind of a pain. With ours, it was literally just like I created in MODX like this custom like kind of template variable, and I assigned it. Wow, how hard is that? You know, like that was super easy. And so we can do whatever we want. We can make new ones. We can duplicate them. We're going to remove this one, and we'll press save. And that's how easy it was. It was all there on the home page. So I don't know. You tell me which one's easier. We're just going to keep going, keep cracking through some stuff. I think on both of these, they are dynamically generated as you add tattoo artists. And I think in WordPress, It's the way it goes, where we have it going was if you used here's, this is Malice is on the list. So I think it was like if you used a certain template. So if you used like the artist template, artist piercer profile, okay. So somehow that like dynamically generated. And oh, look, there's her. So here's, okay, let's just do artist profile. Here we go. So we have the artist profile, her name, page title, name, the photo, some information, right, about the artist. It's all just right there. Facebook and Twitter URLs, which are, let's go to her page and just see. I'm just assuming that it's the template that's driving it to kick it out here. And then here's where all the information's coming in, and here should be artist about the piercer, although that's not pulling through for some reason. Here's her Twitter and Facebook feed, and then there's the portfolio. Okay, so that's how that's all being pulled in, and then there's some SEO stuff down there. Okay, well, let's see how this is doing. We got a profile for Sean over here. Look at that; it's the same looking kind of portfolio, no joke. Here's how we did it in MODX. We're driving them by being under a subfolder, right? So we create a page, and we've given that page or assigned that page to a template similar to WordPress. So we see it's using this old portfolio page right here, and we gave it a title, and we're not using any of these other standard fields that come default with MODX. But we do have a gallery down here. You can like drag and drop the photos and edit them, and there you go, look, do that. And this is a third-party gallery that I actually paid for called More Gallery, and it was super worth it. If I was going to say the one downside to MODX is there's no free, like a quality free gallery template. They get a couple gallery templates that kind of work. They're kind of okay. But this one was fairly cheap, and it was super awesome as far as premium extras or plugins go. And then we have some extra information. And in MODX, we call this template variables. So, hey, here's artist information. Is he a guest artist? Yes, we just check that, and you can see that highlights there and on in this little area down here. So that's super simple. We find the photo and upload it. Here's those same information about the artist. You can see back on the home page, we have this little bit of content underneath the gallery, right? That's the content that's being driven out here. Ours is working. Hey, that's all I'm going to say about that. We have SEO for the page, and here's the Facebook and Twitter link, right? And when you put those in, these are actually kind of cool. I did these dynamically, so if like there's nothing there, it actually just disappears. It won't even be there, so that's kind of cool. So hey, there you go. That's the two way those worked. I think ours makes a little bit more sense in the back end. I mean, they look almost exactly same on the front end. I think ours makes more sense. When you look at WordPress, you're like, holy cow! Like, okay, what is this? Here's the title of the page. If you want a different alias for the URL, for the friendly URL, you can do that up here. If you want a different title, you could put, cool guy, and that'll show up in the menu. So we don't have to click back to a menu sub kind of like menu over here and dig into there. If I wanted this to show up a different way, I wouldn't have to do that. So you can handle it all like right there in the resource. That's super cool. So I don't know. I think that this is a little bit more logical in the back end. All right, let's look at something else. Let's keep cruising. What about standard pages? Okay, here we go. Let's do like a tattoos page. Okay, here's a tattoos page over here, and I'm sure this will. Yep, there it goes. It's loading up. So it's just a standard like 2-column, with some junk over here on the right hand side. I think the Twitter feed's broken. That's not really anybody's fault. It's Twitter's fault. They got crazy APIs. All right, so yeah, we got some helpful links and some stuff down there, and then just content over here, and the title of the page, right? Tattoos up here, and tattoos over here. Okay, what do we got? Similar thing, right? We got tattoos, got custom URL up here. Same. We got some content, some different styled links. The Twitter feed. It's one of those Twitter widgets, so it's working well. So let's see how we did that. Let's go find the page. I'm going to go back into pages. See, right there, like that's one thing for me that really ticks me off is to go find a page. You got to click pages and wait for it to load. No matter where you are in MODX, I can see all the pages. I'm just saying, you know, you can just expand everything and just like twirl the arrows down and just see everything like right away. Hey, these are all the pages. They're on my site. Got that file tree. I really like it. So let's find tattoos though. Let's scroll down into T. Okay, let's click on tattoos. And over here, we will click on tattoos. So here we go. Let's go back over to WordPress. All right, so we had a title. Look at it visually. There it is. There's a photo. Got a WYSIWYG editor. Awesome. Whatever. Got that in there. Okay, you're choosing a 2-column template. Self-explanatory. Pretty easy. Okay. We go into MODX. We got the same thing. We have that title for the page, and then down here you're going to have the content, and we're using a 2-column. This is where we put that custom alias in and made sure it's published. This is really cool. Something I like about MODX is if I want to create a page and I just want to hide it from the menus, because all these pages, if you noticed, here on the side are dynamically being driven into the navigation, right? So you see Sean David seeking talent guest artist. It's like Sean David seeking talent guest artist. There they are. Anything you see in light colored means that it's hidden from the menus or it's not published at this point. So we just hide it from the menus. That's really easy. So I don't know. Just kind of similar on those ones. So as far as like basic content goes, it seems pretty even Stevens, I suppose. Let's look at blogging. Oh, okay, because WordPress is like the blogging engine, yeah? So let's go look at that. Let's go to posts. Okay, here we go. I think I'm going to move this like that. So we just have the admin panel side by side. All right, so we got a couple blog posts over here, and we can see on the site, where's our tattoo blog about us? It shows FAQ. Oh, here it is. So let's click on that blog, and over here we'll click on the tattoo blog. Okay. Sorry, I'm just rearranging my tabs. I know I'm confusing everybody out there. Sorry. So it's the same looking kind of thing. It's just a blog, okay, with big blog posts, and click in and go read them. And so let's look at how that works. So I'm going to click on. I'm going to just click these up and click on blog. Hey, look, that's pretty self-explanatory. And we're in posts. So now we have all the blog posts listed out. Hey, MODX has a similar thing. Look, we're in kind of a separate container. We've entered into a portal now, and where we can see all our blog posts down here. Wow, lots of blog posts, okay? So it's really similar looking, okay? Like right off the bat, we can see the title and the published date and the author and any tags that were put on it. And yeah, we have the same thing kind of here. You can see the author, categories, whatever. SEO stuff is put on there through a plugin. And I don't know, it seems pretty even, right? Like, I'm sure if I clicked inside a blog post and clicked inside a blog post over here, you'd see a pretty similar experience. So we have the title and the content and all the published stuff over here, and hey, here's a banner and some SEO. Hey, you got the same stuff over here, title. So whatever, it does it. Although it has, the thing I don't like about MODX, I'd say, is that it has a lot of extra clutter. It's like it just seems to be excessively cluttered. Like, I don't actually know what this does necessarily, and I don't maybe even like the WordPress developer that I hired didn't even utilize this, but it's still over here. I'm sure we could take it off by just pressing screen options. We could press format. Hey, let's take that away. Let's unclutter. Hey, I don't want to be unfair. You could unclutter the interface. This is supposed to be like a fair contrast and comparison, and I'm not trying to be a fanboy. I'm just trying to, so yeah, you could unclutter the interface. I feel like this one comes a little uncluttered by default, so that's kind of cool. All right, well, let's look at something else. Okay, so blog is pretty good. How about hey, you know what? Here's like a FAQ page. Where's the FAQ page? So we have like an FAQ page, and all these FAQs that you enter in actually get dynamically, I'm just going to click on the home page, get dynamically fed into this thing, right? So these little drop down guys. Okay, let's look at that. Let's go. Look, we're on the home page. They have them too over here. And now we're going to our FAQ page. So here we go. So we have like FAQs. How easy is it to put that in? Let's look. I don't know. Let's check it out. So we're gonna find FAQs. I'm gonna click on that. That looks pretty easy. Over here, I have a page made, and for FAQs, and it's using a specific FAQ template, not a plugin. So we'll see how that works. So this looks pretty easy, right? So we see all the FAQs. When will we know who won? 3 different pros. There's lots of them. Okay, it's weird. There doesn't seem to be lots on the site though. Are they like published and not published, or? That's really interesting. They say they're all published, but I'm thinking maybe the whole thing's broken because there's only a couple of them on the site. Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got like 7 or 8 of them over here, and you come here and you're like, oh dang, where'd all the FAQs go? But if you click on template variables, boom, here you are. You're in an FAQ side tab, and you have them all down here. And I even have control of them. What if I want? Can I get an infection? I just drag that up here and save it, and that would save it on the front end. I don't know about this. How you order them, or can you order them, or I don't think you can. I think you just put them in, and let's look at one. I don't know. Let's edit one. What the heck? We're screencasting right now. Let's just try it out. Okay. Yeah. Again, I have FAQ topics. Okay, but I don't see this one. 3 different prizes and the rules. It's not showing up on the site, so I don't know. That's funky. Okay, let's look at something else. So that's FAQs. I don't know. I created a custom template, and you see in MODX all of them are stored over here in the Elements tab. So I could go take you and show you the template that I made for FAQs. It's just basic code, and I'm using this kind of dynamic MODX call. It's actually a plugin. Hey, I'll be fair, it's a plugin called MODX, but plugins work a little bit differently in MODX than they do in WordPress, and it's a smaller community, so they're way more tested and trusted. So that's why even when the system updated to a new version, I didn't have to worry about this working really that much. I mean, I checked. I'm not a dummy, but it definitely worked. So that's, I don't know, it just makes more sense to me to go like that. So, I mean, basically you just set up this call, and you create using a little bit of JSON, you create the custom template variable. That's the thing that you see, if I go back to my FAQs page, let's open that up in a new tab real quick. And so see all these template variables. MODX comes with a bunch of stock ones, and then you can actually just build your own. So when I click add item, this is me, I built my own. It has 2 fields in it, and same thing when we went to the home page, and we were on template variables. This whole slider thing, I made that from scratch out of some JSON. It's a custom template variable that had a checkbox that I made and an image field, and so I made all that stuff. But all that stuff comes, the plugin, the extra doesn't come stock with MODX, but all the extra fields actually do. So I didn't need an advanced custom field plugin to make things happen like it would in WordPress. So, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm being unfair. All right, let's move on. Hey, let's try doing, I have kind of a unique template, and it's this I have this mismatched thing going on over here. And so I'm gonna just throw a disclaimer up front. I did the same thing over here. The only difference is that, oh wait, that's not the page. Maybe it's just about us. Let's look at that one. Yeah, so we have this mismatch. So you have text on the left, photo on the right, and vice versa, and it just goes down. Okay, and I have the same thing over here. So I will throw the disclaimer out. I when I started recoding this site and putting it into MODX, I tweaked some of the CSS and made it better. Like I looked at it like 2-3 years ago. I was like, what the heck was I thinking? I think I ported the whole thing and used like Sass on it and Compass a little bit, and so it's coded better in the front end as well. So this actually has a sneaky thing. I'm just using like Nthchild, and I just refactored the code a little bit so that like each one of these is a container. Okay, so it's actually coded differently in the HTML as well. But each one of these is a section, excuse me, a div, and has a section and an image. And I'm literally just telling it, like, see, like, every odd one, float the image right, and every even one, float it left. So, you know, I did a better job in the front end on this one as well. But let's look and see how we would make these. This is the About Tattoolicious. So let's go to Pages, and over here in our MODX site, this is the Who We Are. So we're going to go Who We Are. We'll go look at that. Okay. It was About Tattoolicious. So here we are. Let's click on the About Tattoolicious page, and we'll see how it is made. Okay. So, that's sketchy. So I bet you it's, oh boy, yeah, we just tossed. That stinking guy. He just tossed the HTML in there to make it work, and fed off of my style sheet. In MODX, I get to actually have it like dynamically like created. So again, I made my own like template variable, and if I want to add one, I literally just upload an image and the text. It's just 2 fields, but then the CSS does the work and it flip-flops them all. So like you can see, like I have this kind of like close-up shot of the hands. If I put that second and saved, right, like this one's on the left and this one's on the right. If I refresh, all of a sudden, like if it does refresh, I don't know why it's taking so long. All of a sudden, boom! All of a sudden, this one's on the left and this one's on the right. You know, so. Yeah, so I mean, I will. I'm not trying to say that's like WordPress's fault. Like I definitely did that better in the HTML and CSS and everything in the front end, but that's just like unexcusable. Especially like, you know, for the end user, you know, for my client in the end, this is way easier for him to deal with than this. He doesn't have to even know what a div tag is. He just has to know how to add an item. So, and I just feel better about that. So, all right, that's that one. I mean, I could do all the basic stuff if you want, like as far as like the editor, like, you know, I would say the WordPress has a better built-in editor than MODX, but whatever. Like this is fine. It's just like Microsoft Word. It's the same thing, you know. Like for handing this off to a client, like it's fine. Like they'll love it. They see all this stuff they can play with. It's just more about me limiting what they can touch and mess with, so they don't break things. All right, anything else? Let's see. We did the blog. I mean, that's really kind of it. You know, there's some other stuff. I'm sure. You know, like, yeah, we could skip that, but all this stuff's being dynamically generated. This stuff's just getting pulled, and let's look and see. I mean, that's all in the WordPress loop, and it's harder to show you that. But like, if I came to like all my elements, and I showed you like the home page, okay, like you could see like the HTML. Watch, we'll just blow this up real quick. You could see like here's my template, right? And I can edit it all right here in place. These are all just like big chunks. These are like reusable, like almost like PHP includes. And then I have like the main content being pulled and the second content. Guess what? That's like main content, second content, you know, and that all shows up nicely. So I don't know. I just wanted to do a contrast and comparison between the two systems. I will tell you this, load times are way slower. You know, so I'm just seeing how quickly that page just loaded versus, that loaded pretty quickly too. I suppose once the cache sets in, you're all right. MODX does have more powerful caching from what I'm aware of. You know, so we'll see in the end how that kind of takes place. Let's click on a page, and sometimes WordPress can really, it's really just slow. Like I feel like I'm already, that was like 4 or 5 seconds. That was pretty far. But if I went to like it showed me like the location page in MODX. Like that was way quicker. So I don't know. You be the judge. You let me know. I feel like there's the right tool for the job. I think for me, for this site, MODX is the better tool. And so I actually have a request from the client because they love this so much to basically just, since it is the same site in essence, just to clone this one, the MODX version, and wipe this WordPress version out. And so they have two of the same sites running on the same software because it's easier for them. They like it better. So I'm happy they do. And yeah, so let me know. Leave comments in the field below, and let me know what you think. Which one you would prefer? Hey, am I being unfair? Like, did I unfairly review the two? I'm just showing you something that was built by a quote unquote professional WordPress developer, and then something that was built by me. And I honestly, I think this one took him about 3 weeks to do, and I think this one took me about a week and a half or two to do. And I'm not a back-end developer. I do design and front-end development. So you be the judge of what's possible and what you'd prefer. But I hope you enjoyed it, and aloha. Thanks.